Welcome back, guys. This video is on a very sad note because tragedy has struck the family of the former YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki. This is because her 19-year-old son by name Marco Troper was found unresponsive and eventually unalive at the University of California in Berkeley. Before you proceed with the rest of this video, kindly go to the comment section and just type RIP Marco Troper or any message to send out well wishes and commiserations to the family of Susan Wojcicki as they go through this difficult time. Now, this incident occurred at the Clark Care campus, where a student housing complex exists, and Marco Troper was a resident of this student campus. Now, a spokesperson of the school has confirmed that a student living in this Clark Care campus was discovered unresponsive around 4:23 p.m. as at just some few days ago. And at this point in time, they called the first respondents, and when the first respondents arrived at the scene and tried initiating life-saving measures, unfortunately, it was too late, and Marco Troper was declared unalived. Now, this is very heavy, honestly. This is very, very heavy, and my heart goes out to the family of Susan Wojcicki because per natural trends, it's rather children who are supposed to grow up and eventually lay their parents to a peaceful rest. So it becomes very disheartening and sad when the reverse is the place. And my heart really goes out to them. Please just express your commiserations. If you have any kind words to say, please put this across. Now, as it stands now, this is all it is. Authorities have not been able to have any indications or establish any evidence or indications as to whether there was foul play involved in his untimely unaliving. But then, as expected, investigations into the circumstances surrounding the incident are currently underway, and I don't expect anything less because sometimes it's quick for people to say that, oh, this is straightforward, open and shut. There's no foul play. Let's move on. I'm not saying there's foul play here, but all I'm saying is I believe that once something like this happens, no stone should be left unturned as far as investigations are concerned. Nobody should rush to assume anything. Investigators should be allowed to be thorough and do what they have to do, because it's only at that point in time that they can actually come back with feedback on whether there was a foul play involved or not. Now, according to the grandmother of Marco Troper, he had recently begun his second semester as a freshman at UC Berkeley, where he was actually studying mathematics, and it seemed like he was thoroughly enjoying his academic pursuits. And I don't expect anything less because he's a 19-year-old. He's a very young man at the peak of his academic life, and he seemed so bright and lovable. So I don't think it's surprising he'll be enjoying his life. And up until this, I think that he seemed like a very bubbly person, full of life, and it's unfortunate this has happened. His grandmom further went on to describe him that in addition to all this, he was also actually excelling academically, and he had a strong network of friends from both his dormitory and the fraternity that he belongs to. The grandma went on to talk about how the loss of Marco Troper has also undoubtedly left his family, friends, and the UC Berkeley community in mourning, and went on to talk about the fragility of life and the profound impact of such a tragic loss. And I mentioned it. You know, it's quite heavy when someone moves on. And for those of us left behind, we have to deal with the pain in one form or the other, and it's never easy. You don't necessarily need to be related to the one who has moved on, but sometimes you can draw from what you have been through and relate to what others are going through per what has currently happened to them, and you can begin to empathize and feel the pain that they are probably going through. And that is what I'm feeling for the family of Susan Wojcicki. Now, she also went on to share memories of her grandson and talked about how vibrant he was and all. Now, there are also rumors out there that the cause of his unaliving could have been from a substance overdose. But then, the family is waiting for the results of a toxicology report from the people who are actually examining these things so that they can confirm the actual cause of his unaliving. Now, this is where it gets a bit murky, because assuming it turns out that it is what some people are saying it is, because in actual fact, the grandma actually said something along that line. And if it's turning out, or if it turns out to be that, then the whole thing could get murky, because it means that there could be other people involved. Maybe it wasn't deliberate to unalive him, but I know that in some states in the United States of America, if you happen to sell or distribute an illegal substance to someone and the person uses it and becomes unalived, you are going to actually be tried for being responsible for the unaliving. Yeah. So this case could just be an open and shut case, or it could escalate into several directions depending on what the results of the toxicology would turn out to be. And I'm waiting to see how this plays out, because if there's any shred of foul play or any shred of someone else being responsible for distributing anything that may have led to this, then I'm expecting that justice should be going after this person. And someone was talking about this and expressing how he's expecting the security forces should go about this. And one of the things that this person said, which I really agree with, is the fact that they should be doing the traditional door-to-door engagement, talking to students, trying to get insight into what was playing out within this institution and within this dormitory and fraternity around the time that this incident came up and just before it came up, because some people would know something if there's something, and some of them eventually would be ready to talk or would slip up and reveal something they may not intend to. And that is where the breakthroughs will come through, because if it turns out that there was a substance involved, then definitely he had come by it by someone, and that someone would have to be identified, and that someone would have to also go on to talk about who that someone got it from, and the breakthrough eventually come out. It's so sad. It is very unfortunate. My heart goes out to the family, and I'm expecting that the investigation will be thorough but also very swift, because the more this lingers on, the more the pain grows, because it becomes difficult for the family to actually get any form of closure until this is closed and this chapter can be put behind them, although the memories of Marco Troper would forever live with them. And I pray that they get the strength to go through this difficult time. It's not easy. It's not easy at all, especially when you are not sure what happened or whether someone is responsible for this or not. So like I said, please, let's show some love. Reach out to the family if you can in any way and just commiserate with them. You can go into the comment section and just type RIP Marco Troper. And I pray that the investigations are swift, and I pray the toxicology report is also accurate and also swiftly delivered. And I pray that if there is the need for any arrests to be made based on findings that investigations will unravel, arrests are made and prosecutions proceed swiftly. Because, you know, these are the generation that is to come after us. And we can't have them being at risk when they are actually in an institution where they are supposed to be safe to focus on their academic lives. So, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and I'm following this case. As and when there are updates due, I'm definitely going to bring them. But again, like I mentioned, let's just commiserate with the family and show some love towards them through any medium you can. If you see this story anywhere, maybe not even on my channel, but on any other social media platform, please just empathize with them, commiserate with them, and share some love with them. It is not easy at all. And I have a fair idea of what they are going through, although I can't fully appreciate it to the extent they are feeling it because I'm not in their shoes. RIP Marco Troper. May he have a peaceful rest and may we all stay safe wherever we are. Bring you updates as and when they are due, but until then, like I've always been saying, stay safe out there and I'll catch you on the next one.